starting to catch up with me, the lack of sleep. But nonetheless, there's still work to do, so we will continue on. These gotta be switched over to soybeans today. So basically, it isn't too in-depth, other than we're gonna make a big mess in the shop, just because, as you can see, they've been working. Gonna take the head off. I have been taking the stock stompers off every time we switch, but I'm thinking today I'm going to try to cheat and put some blocks under the feet so I don't have to take the stompers off. Might be taking a shower again. There's many different ways of changing over a combine. We never do anything different with our feeder house. We always leave it in low speed, feed accelerator in low speed, soybeans or corn, so we don't do anything up there. We gotta change the rotor speed. We gotta put the knife embankment in to the chopper so it chops the trash. We gotta put the chopper in high speed. We forgot to do that the last time we went back to soybeans, so it wasn't chopping the trash whatsoever. That's an easy adjustment, but we're getting the hang of doing this. It only takes like 20-30 minutes to do a combine. I should have done a better job cleaning this off last night, I tell you that for free. Give Douglas something to clean. You know he loves cleaning so much. This lever, it's pretty much impossible to do one-handed, guys. That lever, this lever. Okay, here's some more cleaning dirt, dust everywhere. So these actually insert through here, and then the spinning drum with the hammers on here, the straw has to go through these, which is what actually shreds it when it comes out. You don't want that in corn. You'll probably honestly break these off with how many corn cobs come through there. And that is that easy. Now the part that I don't want to forget. There we go. We are now in high speed. Honestly, they all around made these a lot more simple than the 70 series to switch from corn to soybeans, which is nice. It also helps that we don't change our feeder house settings at all. So that helps a lot, so we don't have to mess around with any of that, because that's a time-consuming area to change. Here we are again with trouble with one hand. This spot's less than ideal. We gotta go to chopper speed, or rotor speed 2. There it went. Sometimes it can go really nice like that. Sometimes it's dang near a two-man job to turn it over and try and find the gear. This is a part that I was talking to Chris, the guy that came up from Iowa and is working for us. These spacers, I always put them in for corn and I take them out for soybeans. It just allows more clearance in the rotor. It says in the book to take these out. 70 series, you had to do this or you just kept slugging the discharge beater. I had a lot of trouble with that. It's a habit I've always done. Normally it isn't so bad when you do it once a year. Well, now we're switching back and forth. It's kind of starting to suck. I've contemplated leaving them in, but it's a 15-minute job or less. Just take these out, put the spacers up on top, and close this gap and not risk slugging anything. I don't know. Drop a comment below if you take these out, put them in. I'm gonna do it. Just like that. That job's done. Only dropped one bolt down into the sieve, but I got it back. Okay, other than that, I think this machine has been switched over. We just got to drop the head, and then it's just stuff in the monitor, I think. I'll double check with Chris. All right, I've got this one completely done. The other one, is done also. It just needs to have the head unhooked, and then all we gotta do is send them down. And I think we're ready to combine soybeans. Now we get to wait for the sun to come out because for whatever reason, it's supposed to be sunny today and it's cloudy and 40. I put blocks under the stand so I didn't have to take my stompers off. Time to get some fuel. I don't know. Have we made another mistake? Last night we were feeling kind of bad that we were combining corn because every other neighbor in the area was actually combining soybeans. Look at them go. And I don't know. It's one of them deals. It don't take long to switch over, but once you drive home, you waste an hour, hour and a half, I'm sure. So we just committed to corn, and then we said, all right, we are making the break. We're switching in the morning, and now it's cloudy. And then Randy's like, well, maybe we should go back to corn. And I looked at him, literally just finished switching over and taking the heads off. And I said, we just switched them over. Okay, well, we'll just have to wait till noon. So now we're gonna waste the whole morning. Whatever, we'll get done. That's the thing you gotta remember is doing something's doing something, even if it's right or even if it's wrong, I think is what Dad's saying is, well, we're doing something. We're gonna fill up fuel. All right, well, that fuel's up. This tractor's radiator looks like it's getting really plugged up. I might blow that out. And then we have an extended monitor somewhere around the yard that I'd like to put in here for Chris, or Eric, whoever's running it, so that they can have maybe their GPS here and then their Raven U-Harvest Pro here, split screen. And I know I have one somewhere, it's in some tractor somewhere. Now, is anyone behind me? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I wouldn't know why that would need to be blown out. Good night. All right, I got this monitor out of Eric's spray tractor, reboot. So now this one should start up, and hopefully he can either run GPS on this one or U-Harvest on this one. U-Harvest is what these Brent Avalanche carts have in them for a scale system. I think you can do different setups, but we really like the U-Harvest Pro because then it's all integrated and right here. So if it boots up, I can show you. All right, so here's what it's gonna look like. He'll have his, and you can switch it, so the scale can be there, or it can be here. So he'll have a scale, he'll have his auto steer, flags will show up if he's in the field, showing where the flags are at. He's like, I don't really need that, it's working just fine. And I'm like, well, we got the screen, let's put it in here. I put it in here, he's like, ooh, that's gonna be nice. I'm like, yeah, it is. I knew there was a reason I put this back on there. Turn the back end to the east. Back up 6 inches. Yep. Something smells like liquid hog manure. Somebody from that direction must be doing something. Anyways, we took this off, put it on the 2096, and then it was laying upstairs, and I'm like, well, we maybe should put it on here just in case the black cart breaks down, and it did. So now we're using this today, and I believe 2598 is getting fixed today also. Well, we had some stuff come loose on the sickle, so we put her on here quick. Gonna tighten some bolts up. Was I hard on it, Chris? Not too bad. You've seen worse? Well, that's what I like to hear. How's your day going? Perfect. No problems ever, right? Well, it only takes 20-30 minutes to switch the combines over, but then it's everything else. Everything. Fuel, check over the sickle that we have not maintained the bean heads whatsoever at all this year. What? I don't know. You just keep working. Been going back and forth. Maintenance on those have been overstepped. I don't even want to admit it. I've never done any maintenance to these new draper heads. Don't know nothing about them. Yeah, you guys are so we do it fast and all that. Except for this year, we haven't done any. So that's good. Next year, those repercussions will come out. Why? What's being neglected? No grease. Never been grease. There's zerks on it? A lot of them. Of course, we're maintaining our equipment. Chris greased them this morning, so we're good now. Okay, I am coring out bin 25 into 19 because we got that one full. And look at here, Brody's coming.
You giving me a ride?
What are you doing? You just walking around? Oh, you're picking tools up that you forgot in the field, aren't you?
I forgot.
Oh,
They're
you see how this
beans over there.
Are they? Okay, it's gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go then. We're going. Well, the time has finally come. It's time to go combine. Well, attempt to combine. We're gonna go see. Reports that the neighbors have fired up, so they must think it's time to roll. Oh, I see them. They're right there. They're driving red machines. That's why they can start sooner.
Keep going. Yep.
Come on, Chris. He's way down there. I'm sure the 9R really enjoys pulling a big cart and the header. So the neighbor we talked to last night when we were combining corn, he had them at about 12% moisture last night. Now they're 13.8. So less than ideal, but hopefully the sun gets on them here. We're finishing the field we got rained out on, and then which caused us to go to corn. So there's not very much here, like 30 acres or less. And then we get to move fields, so we'll knock this one off, probably take them a little wet, then maybe be moving to one of Eric's fields. We'll see. And that has to go to town, so we really don't want them over 13, but we'll see what happens, I guess. That didn't take long. One phone call, 4 rounds later, and detached and off to Eric's farm. So let's go see if he's gonna be the yield dominator once again. Last year he kicked our butt on soybean yield, but I think he cheated somehow. Look at that. That spreader's got Eric beat. He's trying to race. He's trying to race. He's going back to get reloaded. Crazy Devil's going faster than me. Come on. Faster. He's racing. So they're loading. This is dairy manure. I believe it was dry dairy manure. Now they're spreading it out here. They're loading it with an excavator. Wow, that's cool. I'd love to say I'd love to run one, but I don't like the smell of this at all. Look at the excavator. It's got a massive bucket on it. I'm waiting for a grain cart, so I figured it would be a good time to do a stall kill, which is when you shut the machine off under full load, which concerns me for pluggage reasons, but it's the best way of knowing what's going on inside the machine. So I'm opening the chopper. The dots just sucked it terrible. So basically what I'm looking for, I'm gonna take this out, see if there's any unthrashed pods. I know it's loud in here, but the second thing I'm looking for is over thrashing. So if we're overdoing the rotor, we're gonna have too much trash and it ain't gonna separate. That's plenty of over thrashing, I would say. On a really dry, hot day, you can over thrash it and then actually start getting grain loss because it's just too thick of trash on top of your sieve. Yeah, they're still pretty tough. Which makes sense since it's not sunny. It's supposed to be sunny, not sunny. These don't feel like 13.5, 14 and a half, I would say. This is my scariest part about this whole deal. Please start. Rotor, throttle. She fired up. I'm always nervous. Something about just turning it off, rotor off at full tilt. That's the last thing I want to do. Trying to save beans and then slug it. I've never had it happen, but she really pulls. So Eric actually swapped out with Chris in the grain cart because he wants to be out here. It's his field. He wants to yell at us when we're wasting beans. There he is. Well, it's 4 o'clock and the sun finally came out for the day. Welcome to the party. I appreciate you showing up. Cleaning up some point rows, as Eric would call it. I would call it headlands, but whatever. I suppose they're kind of pointy. So we're cleaning them up. And we have done maybe about 130 acres on this field of Eric's. Things have been going quite well, except one semi-hopper door got left open. If you guys remember when we were harvesting Eric's soybeans last year, the hopper door got left open. So you can imagine what he said or thought when that happened again. And it was the first time of the season. Why do I think it's funny? I shouldn't. Randy cleaned it up. He said the losses were minimal, possibly less than $10. So maybe Eric will have to have the truck driver give him $10, which he won't do. But overall, they're combining a lot nicer since it's froze, which is great news to hear as a combine operator. And the yield is actually very good. I don't know if he's going to be the farm winner this year, but he's going to be right up there, which is excellent for him on his second year of farming. And ground conditions have gotten slightly better, but not great. Still getting pushers on headlands, and I did find a little bit of water, in fact. So my tracks are all full of mud again, but it keeps it exciting. So I wanted to make an announcement for Prairie Ag here. They are having another full pot event coming up on November 30th. They are selling tickets to come see myself, and I'm sure Dad will be there. We'll see if Big Swede and Brody make it. The actor that plays the Millennial Farmer will be there, Zach. And Brian Brown, Tony Fast, I believe, will also be there. All great guys. It was fun last year. There'll be food, drinks, and then us there. So if you want to come hang out with us, have dinner, we normally put on entertainment, which is us, I guess. But if you want to check out the details, I'll put it in the link in the description. It was a lot of fun last year, but it was a snowstorm, so hopefully we're doing it November 30th, so hopefully there's no snowstorms then. And if you're not familiar with Prairie and what they do, they make tile plows. This wind bar is a Prairie, obviously. And they make a ditcher and a lot of other stuff. So go check them out in the link in the description, and hope to see you guys there. We're gonna get back to combining now. Concentrating. Here we come in hot. We're coming in hot. Lower. There we go. It's like I wasn't out of control at all. The last load of Weber beans of 2023. They're dusty again. Terrible. Brody is out of here. My goodness, he's quick. He is quick. He's a motivated guy. He wants these beans done worse than I do. End of the week, they're talking 2 more inches of rain. And let me tell you, if it's gonna do it, I want my beans, all the beans, out of the field. I don't want to deal with that and trying to push ahead on the ground. You don't have a camera on this cart, so it's a little difficult. Straight back, 70 feet, radio check. We've had it where this has died, and guy back here, it was almost the ending of the night. 20 feet, 15, 5, slow down. Oh, I had a little, back a little, 8 inches back. We're good. Well, I think that's a wrap for the night. We did about 50 acres here. Most of that headlands.
Are you throwing in the towel?
I give up. My flag is waving. It's not working. It's pushing. It's pulling hard. It's not cutting good. All of the above makes the decision easy.
Okay. What are we doing for equipment tonight?
I suppose leave it. Leaving it here. Fuel in the morning, and I don't think we're gonna get an early morning start. So with that being said, guys, we did have a good day. Maybe close to 300 acres, which is pretty good for starting at like noon. But nonetheless, we're into beans again, and hopefully on this run we can finish beans in the next couple of days and next couple of videos. So thanks for watching once again. We really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you would be so kind, and we'll see you in the next video.